At the start of the semester, it's time to think about how much you can save by using NJ Transit's Student Pass. College students can save an extra 25% on their commute on the train, bus, or light rail. This is a major savings that could keep cash in your pocket. Every student needs more cash. That's a known fact. So visit your college website or njtransit.com/studentpass and start saving.
This is a Fatal 4 podcast.
And he survived. Now what does he have in store here for Buddy?
Taking his time. Took too long. Jumping knee, didn't get all of it.
Welcome to Didn't Get All of It. This week on the podcast, we are talking about Elimination Chamber and the build up to that and a couple other things. And like the Elimination Chamber, we have successfully eliminated most of the hosts of this show, with the exception of B-Rob.
I gave out a customer service card. I picked up lumber from the lumber store to start a project. I have mapped out said project. I have already started the prep phase for the project, and I already have my templates and spacers laid out for the project. So those are my 5 things that I did this week.
That's really good. Also joining the show this week from Didn't Get All of It Japan. Who should I introduce first? Kaz.
Yes. Let's see. I made a really nice tortellini dish this week.
Mm-hmm.
That's one.
What else did I do? I didn't do a shitload this week. This is a boring week for me. What else?
You hosted this podcast. That's
yes,
2.
I'm hosting.
yeah.
That's yes.
That's 2.
What did I do? I went somewhere Monday. Oh, I took my grandmother to the doctor Monday.
Oh, 3. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You get a bonus for that, so you can only name one more, and you have all 5.
Okay. I had a good nap.
Ooh.
What happened to your grandma? She got run over by a reindeer?
Yes, she did. Thanks for reminding me, Paul.
Oh, good. Also here from Didn't Get All of It Japan, Will.
Let me tell you about my favorite 5 things I did this week. Number 1, I ate a bagel. Number 2, I did laundry. Number 3, I got gas. Physically in my car and by myself. Number 4, I'm almost done with Astrobot. I'm at like 97% done. And number 5, we recorded Didn't Get All of It. Wait, did we record Didn't Get All of It Japan this week?
No, that was last week.
Fuck! What did I do this week then? Shit. I got a new mask for my CPAP machine so I don't die in my sleep.
What a wrestling fan thing to get.
Good answer.
I realized I didn't introduce myself. I'm Paul Griffin, one of the hosts of the show, and I went to the DMV 5 times this week.
Whoa. Are you serious?
Yeah, I've learned a lesson about becoming a North Carolina citizen.
Oh, yeah.
For those of you wondering, Cody is not here because he's sick and he has to clean his house. And Noah is not here because he went to the zoo. And if you would like to hear Noah this week, you can listen to him on Now That's What I Call Cinema, which came out earlier this week, where he and Tyler talked about Captain America and that monkey movie. And you can also hear him on Squared Circle Strafe, where he talked about Marvel Rivals and other things.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're missing Noah, that's a way you can hear him. But don't leave. Don't leave yet. We have some wrestling to talk about, and I want to explain this DMV thing.
Oh no.
So we all know the DMV is bad. That's like a blanket statement. You could say that everywhere. It's a horrible experience.
Yeah, it's okay.
In Texas, you go to the DMV and you take a number, and a lot of times you'll wait, and it's generally a big office building, And they have a lot of people working there, and they'll get to you eventually. Or you can make an appointment, and it's pretty quick. In North Carolina,
You got to take a shirt off and twist around your head like a helicopter.
You can make an appointment, and they're only available for 3 months out.
What?
They're all full, and they only let you make appointments for the next 90 days, so they're all full. And like the next day will open as it's like a rolling thing. So every DMV only takes appointments between 7 a.m. and noon, and then they take walk-ins after that. What happens though is you go to the DMV, and it's not a big office like Texas. It's a small office, and there's only 2 people working there. So they're doing everything. So there's lines out the door of every single one of them, especially in big cities. And the big tip that I've seen online is go to,
Hell.
a DMV outside of town. So Monday, I went to the one near me, which is technically inside town. And I waited in line for 2.5 hours where we moved 4 feet only for the DMV to close. So I realized, you know what? People are right. Let's try the out of town approach. So the next day I drove an hour out of town to the police precinct that only had 10 people in line in front of me. And I stood there for 40 minutes and nobody moved. So I'm like, all right, let's go further out of town. So I drove another hour to another place where I was turned away at 3:00 because they were full for the day. I'm like, okay, well, at least I got in the building for that one. So I started driving back home saying, this is just not going to happen today. I stopped at one on the way home, got inside the building, realized that I couldn't get on the list because there was just no way to do it. And it was full. It was also 4:00. I'm like, surely there's no way I'm going to be seen today. So there's one more DMV before I get home. And I'm like, I'll just poke my head in. Let's see how bad the line is. Maybe I'll come back tomorrow. I pull up to the parking lot. It's completely empty. And I thought that I was fucked. Like I thought they had just closed or something. And I walk in and they're like, oh yeah, we've been turning people away since noon because we were at capacity and we had to send half of our people to go work at other DMVs. We just got a break. The last 20 minutes of the day. It was just so happened to be when I walked in and nobody else was there. So I am now officially a licensed North Carolina citizen. It only took lots of driving around and standing in line only to go to one place where I walked right in the door and got it. But if you look that one up on Reddit, they say that's the worst one in the city. So I don't know what happened.
You just got lucky, man.
I don't know. It's crazy. And like the people on the Charlotte and North Carolina Reddits are like, oh, you can just go online and see how long the wait is, which is true. You go to this website and they show you all the DMVs and they're like, here's how long the wait is currently. But here's how long the wait is after you check in. It does not account for the line out the door that doesn't move. So like sometimes the wait will be 4 hours after you've checked in.
So I mean, this is your, initial DMV trip or whatever. So after this, you can just renew online, right?
I hope so. I think I still have to register my car, which involves going to a different building because not every DMV does all the services.
Yeah, they don't do that.
Same here. Yeah.
It sucks. Apparently, the license plate people have been outsourced to a private company, which is completely unaffiliated with the state. So I don't know if that'll be better or worse. Anyway, it's interesting moving. I highly recommend it. If you live in Texas, you should leave.
It's interesting. The moving.
But this is not a moving podcast. We're actually very is it sedentary?
You're now you're an 8-hour drive from Disney World now.
I'm never going to Florida in my fucking life. Again. It's just not happening. You will not catch me down there. Unless it's in Grand Theft Auto 6, which is probably never coming out.
But what if someone gets married down there that you know?
Who would I know?
I don't know. You got time. You're still alive.
Tony Khan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't be going to that one.
Mm-hmm.
So we all named 5 things we did this week. Imagine not being able to do that. Speaking of things we did this week, we have 3 segments of wrestling talk to get to. And we're going to kick it off with some news. and we're going to talk about contracts. Who doesn't love contract talk? The first being that Carmella's contract has expired and has not been renewed. So she is just done with the company. Do we have thoughts?
Was Carmella's peak Ellsworth?
Was Carmella's peak James Ellsworth?
No. I think she got better when she came back after they ditched that the silhouette behind the curtain, which I kind of enjoyed. But once they got rid of that, she started performing well. Then she got knocked up. Never seen again.
I thought she got really, really good after Ellsworth for sure.
Yeah.
And I think it's a bummer because I think from what she expressed on her Instagram that she's had some pretty terrible health complications post-pregnancy that have prevented her from getting back in the ring. So maybe she just needs more time. I totally understand just letting the contract expire and not holding her there.
Especially if you don't know what you're doing. You like
right. And they probably also looked at the Alexa Bliss situation where I do believe that she got her contract renegotiated and they're like, well, let's just let her out of her so she can get a new one when she comes back.
Yeah. And then like, health wise, she's having post complications to where she had complications prior to the pregnancy as well. Unfortunately, she had a couple miscarriages and everything. So it was a struggle just to try to get pregnant or whatever. And now she's had some complications after a successful pregnancy. So I hope the best for her.
She's not beating those complications. Well, speaking of more contracts, this one just dropped. Layla Hirsch's contract with AEW is expiring today.
Today,
she's not expected to renew.
No,
I mean it kind of sucks because like
she was cool as shit.
Yeah, she had potential. Then she got hurt, and then was never seen again. Did some indie stuff.
Really cool.
Cool.
Sorry, you. Oh no, I thought B-Rock. I was coming out for B-Rock to keep talking.
Yeah.
No, don't do that.
No, she had a really cool Texas death match. I remember.
Yeah.
With Diamante.
Hell, she had one of her world title opportunities. She fought Camille in NWA for the women's world title and everything. She had some.
I'll never forget her match with Chris Statlander, where Statlander was the face and was like, "I'm happy you're an orphan."
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Do you think she ends up in NXT?
She seems like she'll end up in TNA.
Yeah.
Which gets her into NXT.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pipeline. It's a feeder now.
Right.
I mean, she's someone I'd love to see go over to Japan for a little bit.
Yeah. That was a consensus online as well. I mean, for her to go overseas and do some work that way.
She's beating Goto.
You want everybody to beat Goto.
I liked Layla Hirsch. I thought she was one of the more interesting people they had in early AEW days. So
yeah,
I hope she ends up in the products that I watch because I would like to see that. But if not, whatever. Speaking
of those guys that left, did you see Miro's big return match?
I heard about it. We don't have to see it though.
Well, there's pictures online of it.
Oh, I have not seen the pictures.
Return from what to where?
He wrestled in Saudi Arabia against Alberto El Patron.
And lost. He spent all that time just to lose to Alberto.
The Saudis know for not liking.
I know Saudi Arabia booked indie shows.
Yeah, they got like Mustafa as their champion. They give a title to Matt Cardona.
Yeah.
Liger came back.
Yeah, Jushin Liger came back.
Dog,
with Marty, Liger and Marty.
Dog, they dropping all the cash over there. That's what that is.
Listen, if they would like to sponsor a podcast, I'm available.
Listen, I will talk about the Riyadh season all day if they're ready to fund us.
Yeah, for real.
So what would that podcast be like? Got all of it? The podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Like, surely they're not coming up short here.
No, not for that money.
They got all that head slice.
Hey, speaking of coming up short, let's talk about this Ryan Nemeth fella.
Oh, jeez.
So for those of you who are terminally online, you are probably aware of Ryan Nemeth suing AEW. For those of you who are not, you're probably curious, don't you mean Dolph Ziggler? No, this is his brother. And he sucks. And at one point, AEW signed him to a contract, which we'll get to in a second. But he is suing them for allegedly being blacklisted from the wrestling industry. And he's also suing AEW, Tony Khan, and CM Punk for various dumb reasons. And I can't help but think that Tony Khan deserves this. Because let me explain something. Dolph Ziggler had worked in WWE for 20 fucking years before being let go. And not once did they ever bring Ryan Nemeth in.
Yeah, they
for
did.
Fucking reason. No, they didn't. They didn't bring him in. That doesn't count. NXT doesn't count. We talk about that all the time. He did not work in this company for more than what? A cup of coffee?
Hold on.
That he was probably thrilled to get.
Ryan Nemeth was in WWE for 2 years.
One.
Was he though?
If you're counting FCW, that doesn't count.
That counts.
Doesn't count.
That? They don't even acknowledge that shit.
He was in NXT for less than a year and went to do indies after that. There's a reason he was never brought back. You have to be stupid to sign this guy because he fucking sucks. And now he's like, how dare you? Now I can't get work. It's just because you gave him a spotlight. Now people realize he fucking sucks and they're not going to book him. Even Saudi Arabia won't take him. They could say, hey, dress up like your brother and pretend to wrestle good. And he'd be, they wouldn't work. They wouldn't believe it.
Nope.
We'll have to cut all of this though, because he might hear it and then sue us for picking on him. Joke's on him. We have less money than he does.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's all the news this week. We're not going to a break though. I do want to talk about the big thing from SmackDown. Have we all seen the Cody and Rock segment?
Unfortunately.
His tribal surrogate.
The Rock is so fucking weird.
You think?
Well, if you look at the social media, that was The Rock, the character. Dwayne Johnson, very different person.
Okay. That'll be good for the future lawsuits.
Oh, yeah, like Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan, 10-inch cock, Terry Bollea, only sixer.
That's right.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like the LLC thing or whatever. You sue the LLC and not the person.
So, first of all, The Rock comes back. Every time he comes back, he has a different intro tacked on to his already excessively long theme song. This time, it was spliced in with some rap music that was New Orleans-based.
Lil Wayne.
Was it Lil Wayne?
It was Lil Wayne, yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then it went back to his other music. And then he comes to the ring and he talks. And he talks and he talks and he talks. And there's no commercial. For whatever reason, they didn't cut to commercial. This segment went like 30 minutes at a time during the show where they would absolutely have cut to commercial like 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
And
Eat a boss.
He talks about how he's friends with Cody Rhodes now. Even their parents are friends. He showed a picture of the moms
from the night of
WrestleMania.
Yeah,
from the night of.
That pissed me off so much.
I was like, dude, at least change the background. Like,
or blur it or something.
Yeah, like, can we pretend a little bit here?
No.
Then he talked again about how Cody and him are friends. And he talked again about how Cody and him are friends.
And then he called the fans crack whores or something. I don't know.
Yeah, then he started turning on the fans, which was amusing to me. But he then calls Cody Rhodes out to the ring and reminds him that they have become friends. And they drink Terramana together, which is unfortunate because I've had it. It's very bad.
It's good if you mix it with his Zola energy drink.
Have you done that? I thought you did that, right?
I did that. Yeah, it's good.
Oh, okay. Jesus. 2 bad things do make a good thing.
Like this podcast.
Yeah.
Although, don't talk about them. They're not here. So Cody Rhodes comes out and he tells Cody that he respects him and that they're friends, and that he just rambles and rambles and rambles, and then
Their
eventually he
dads.
tells, oh yeah, he talks about their dads and how all that shit, and then he tells Cody that he really wants that, and he points at Cody, and it's not the title he wants. He wants Cody's soul.
Mhm.
He wants to get in that boy's hole.
Yeah, you got to pay the troll toll.
So, outside of the fact that I think this could be a very interesting storyline going into WrestleMania,
Why?
because I think we're getting an X7 finish.
What?
I think Cody Rhodes is shaking The Rock's hand to close out WrestleMania.
Vince is back.
Oh,
If only The Rock would wear an orange T-shirt with a black tank top over it. But I know, I think the show is ending with Cody and The Rock standing over a completely decimated John Cena.
I think it's the other way around.
I'm fine with that too.
What, The
Because I
Rock
think
and
that would
John
be
Cena?
cool.
Yeah.
I don't hate that.
I think because you've already planted the seeds. Like you've already talked about Rock. Cena lost the Rumble. Then he's already like, oh, I gotta put what's best for business. I gotta put myself in the chamber. He's shown this desperation that already fits the character, and I feel like it works with like John the person too. I guess where he's on this retirement tour and he wants to do what he feels is right.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I also feel like it's going to end up with Rock and Cena teaming against Roman and Cody at SummerSlam night 1.
Ugh. I don't think John Cena is turning heel in his final year of wrestling.
You know he did heel shit like after he's like been super babyface, right?
When?
Like when he talks shit about people. I mean, he does heel shit, but it's just like it's John Cena.
Lying
So
speech.
like the baby.
He just gets away with it. That's fine. I don't think he's going full corporate heel in his final year, unless the big twist at the end is I'm not leaving. Like logically, why would The Rock, the guy who pretends to be the owner of the company, put all of his chickens in the basket of?
Oh, you can't do that.
What is it?
Bird flu, baby.
Yeah,
Yes.
why would he put all of the eggs in the basket of guy who is leaving instead
Can't
of
do
Cody
that.
Rhodes?
A very expensive basket.
Yeah, because Cody got that Rolex.
The salty eggs.
Oh gosh, it's just a basket of those eggs that Vince McMahon carried around.
Oh my god, I forgot about that
Jesus.
egg.
I did too.
Oh no.
So, The Rock's fucking weird.
Yeah, I think the thing that I noticed about the promo is I feel like he's lost his fastball. Like he's overthinking everything.
He's trying to impress Scorsese already.
Oh, that movie's never happening.
He can't get to the point, which I find so odd that he's out there rambling, and I guess because he's having fun.
It's just that he can do what the fuck he want.
No one's stopping him.
He spent his whole career being the guy that could talk, and you were entertained the whole time.
I was gonna
And
say,
now it's just not.
Do we know if his personal writer came back with him?
The words, I would assume.
Yeah.
I don't think you do that anymore because that was just the one time when he, after the TKO merger, he just like plain out said, "I'm gonna speak from the heart," and I feel like he'd been doing that the whole time.
Well, if that were the case, he would tell the audience that he had $7 in his pocket, and they too need to. When he starts his stimulus plan, when he runs for president, they'll all get $7 in their pocket.
Oh, more government hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
No thanks, Brock. I can pull my own self up from my bootstraps.
Folks, would you rather have 5,000 Dogecoin or $7 in your pocket?
I think it would take the $7 because it's a real thing.
Yeah.
It's real money. I could go get breakfast at Bojangles.
Oh,
How you liking that?
I had breakfast at Bojangles today. It was delicious. Add that to my list of things I did.
I was about to say, so you did 6 things. Did you get a Bowberry biscuit?
No, but I thought about it. I
you
saw a
should've.
commercial for the sausage, egg, and cheese, and I'm like, fuck, I want that right now. So I went and got it. Advertising works, folks. But yes, the Bowberry biscuit looks very good.
have you visited the Michael Jordan statue?
No, where's that?
Isn't there one in North Carolina?
All right, North Carolina is pretty big there, but
Is it?
I swear there's one. I know there's
drove
one.
to 5 DMVs in one day. It's doable.
I'm pretty sure there's one. I know there's one in Chicago, obviously. I think there's one in North Carolina.
What are you talking about? That UNC?
Yeah.
That's in Wilmington. That's like 3 hours from that guy, maybe 4.
Is it?
Yeah, I drove it.
Jordan statue in C. Yeah, where's Wilmington from here?
Yeah, there's like 2.5, 3 hours, maybe more.
That's a short trip. I'm coming from Texas.
Yeah, that's the other side of Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a commute.
Yeah, that's driving to the AEW show.
Fuck, that was so far.
No statue, but you go to a childhood home.
Oh, it is 3 hours away. Okay.
Like I said.
It's at the beach.
There. Boy.
Yeah, I'll tell you the other thing about the Rock promo that I hated. Quit fucking cursing in every one of your promos.
Oh my god, he said fuck so much.
It's not cool when you're on USA and they bleep it.
Yeah, I'd like to.
It's also
hear
not cool.
Everything.
I don't think it's like he's just using it as filler. It's not.
Yeah,
good.
So it's like when someone says but it's a cuss word.
It was they were past the 10 o'clock hour, so they could say whatever the hell they wanted to.
Except they can't. It's weird though, because right after SmackDown ended, the next show literally said "fuck" in the first 30 seconds. I'm like, I did not know you could say "fuck" on USA.
Yeah, apparently
you can.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess SmackDown needs to run 30 minutes later so he can say it.
I think I don't think it has anything to do with the timing. I think it has something to do with the network. They just don't want the bad words on TV. Anyway, speaking of fuck, let's take a little break.
What?
And when we come back, we'll talk about some wrestling on TV.
And we're back with some more B block action. I had to do it like that because motherfucker, if you let me get to it, I would have said that. God damn. Can't stop stepping on jokes, motherfucker.
The B stands for B block.
Yeah. Happy Black History Month.
We said that before.
Okay, it's the end of Black History Month, so B-Rob, can we say it now?
Say what,
yes.
Kaz?
Say it right now.
Now we're talking Raw and NXT.
Hey,
that's right. He just wants to say the N-word. The N-word being NXT.
Yes.
What do you call Ricky Saints?
I don't know what you just said, but before we get to NXT and you fix your mic, we'll talk about a little bit of stuff that happened on Raw. This show kind of kicked ass.
Mm-hmm.
Like
the triple threat,
top to bottom. And we'll talk more about it when we get to the Elimination Chamber talk later. But one thing from Raw that was tremendous: the triple threat, Penta, Kaiser, and Pete Dunne. What a fucking treat this was!
The most ECW ass match Triple H has ever booked.
I can see that. Yeah.
I mean,
it was excellent.
It's starting to get a little jarring, but it's also kind of worrying too. Is getting commonplace. Penta off the back of Ludwig with the Destroyer or some shit in it.
That was so fucking cool.
It was cool, but like it's becoming more commonplace over here, huh?
Well, it's a normal spot for him though in multi-mans.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying it's how often you seen a Destroyer before Penta got there?
They were doing it pretty often, and
I know it's starting to ramp up, and I'm getting kind of nervous.
Yeah, they've been doing them, but the good news is
those were Canadian Destroyers. This is a Mexican Destroyer.
Yeah, that's true. This one's a little different.
Don't start that shit.
This one's got a little.
That's what they called them.
I know they did, but don't just feed into that dumb shit.
I'm
It's the
not going
same
to appropriate
fucking
my
move.
destroyers.
No, they're
I'm not
different.
going to appropriate my destroyers.
Yeah, only 1% of the destroyers that come over here are Mexican.
Oh, my God.
When you spell destroyers, it's DEIstroyer.
Yeah, you had to do it. You had to do it. God damn.
The good news
you
is
shouldn't do
when
that.
he does his destroyer, it's not like it feels important because it gets the other guy out of there. It's not a thing that
He popped
they
up
just
and do
immediately
another
get
one.
up from and then do a test of strength. But
Would you have an objection to that though? You like test of strength.
I do like a test of strength, but I don't need a Canadian destroyer or a Mexican destroyer or a DEIstroyer to set it up. Use the test of strength to lead into the destroyer.
What if you got one from the test of strength?
That would be awesome.
Every time you say Tessa
So-
strength, for some reason I keep hearing like Tessa Blanchard. So like I'm imagining like she's like lifting shit with her chin.
Yeah.
Well, no, we only get Tessa's strength at the end of this month.
Come on.
She's just counting down the hours till March 1st.
Mhm.
She's like, I can say it. I've done it before. I'll do it again. So Kaiser stole the win here, which is cool because, as much as Penta winning every week is great, it's a nice development.
I think they're doing something with Kaiser.
They've always been kind of doing something with him.
Mm-hmm. Kind of wish they kind of changed that name.
To what?
To what?
I don't know. It just sounds weird to me.
Why? You don't like German names?
I mean, it's kind of Elon coded to me, brother.
He's African.
You mean like Justin Gabriel?
Yeah.
No, it's certain hand motions that go along with it, but you know what I mean? Maybe.
He ain't doing that.
I'm just saying.
That's
He puts his
NXT
hands
when we
behind
talk
his
about
back often.
that's NXT when we talk about Matt Hardy.
Oh, that
Oh, yeah, he
motherfucker.
did do that a lot. His heart was going out to a lot of fans. Another person that they're not doing anything with, unfortunately, is Dakota Kai, because she challenged Lyra for the mid-card women's title and
Lost again?
fucking kick-ass match, though. They worked
it
so
was.
good together.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, both of them come out to silence, but this match immediately got the crowd's attention. They were chanting, "This is awesome" through the whole thing because it was like genuinely great match. And I thought they were just gonna like undo this and put the belt on Dakota, and that was not the case.
Psych!
Lyra won again for some reason, and after the match, Dakota got attacked by what's her butt?
Layla
Ivy
Hirsch.
Nile.
Not
Not
Layla
Layla
Hirsch.
Hirsch.
Ivy.
Ivy Nile, that's it. And then Ivy Nile ran out and attacked Lyra, which what irks me is that last week Dakota beat Ivy for the title shot. So if you're just going to go straight to her after this, why did you have Dakota do this at all? Unless you're building to a triple threat of some sort with all three of them, it doesn't make any sense to just like have Dakota win, then lose, and then go to the wayside. Like you should have just had Ivy beat Dakota.
I mean, if you had told me that they were building to a few different multi-person matches for those mid-card belts, it wouldn't surprise me.
That's what they love doing.
If it gets the belt on Dakota, I don't care how they fucking do it. And let's see what else was on this show that's worth talking about. Liv Morgan and Raquel took on Naomi and Bianca for the tag titles. And if I told you that and it doesn't pique your interest, think again, because this match was fucking insane.
Yeah, when did Raquel get good?
She's always been
When did
good. It's
any-
just she's just like, I feel like she's always been either injured or just like not put in the right situations where she can flourish. But I think she's in a better situation where she can be the heater for Liv.
Yeah, because I mean, she kicked ass in NXT. I mean, the rivalry with her and Rhea was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Remember her little like retired doctor motorcycle that she would ride to the ring? That big fucking motorcycle that had like a seat in the back and a seat on the side, and it was just a little car.
And what people often forget, that's like she was in one of the Mae Young Classic things. That's where she debuted originally, and she used to dress up like a cowgirl.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
She used to wear an eye patch and a cowboy hat. A cowgirl hat. I'm sorry, cowgirl.
So this match to me was far better than I would have ever guessed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's worthy of a potential match of the year contender for at least on the women's side. It's really, really good. The amount of near falls that I bought on was nuts because they teased the finish of this match like 80 times. And every single one of them were like, yeah, that could end it. And none of them ever did. And I was fully convinced that Jade was coming out after this, but I guess they're saving that for later.
Yeah, everybody was like, here she comes. Nope. No. Maybe here. No. Damn. They're going to the next segment? All right.
Yeah, she's not showing up here. But Liv and Raquel won the tag titles. I think this makes sense because it gets Liv on the WrestleMania show because she has the tag title, so they're going to put that on there.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed weird that she lost the title and was just going to fizzle out. Like, there's a ton of people that need to get on the card, so this gives her something to do there. I assume that it's either a multi-person or it's like Alexa and what's her name? Nope, not that Alexa. Son of a bitch! I forgot I had one of those in this room. Yeah, Nikki Cross and she who will not be named. I think that could happen because that gets them on the card. And then Bianca is probably, I guess she could win the chamber, which we'll talk about later. And Naomi will get Jade, which that's not a match I don't know about that one.
That's going to be kind of weird. That's going to be a weird situation if that happens. I would much rather it be a triple threat if they're going to do anything with those. But I mean, Bianca is kind of like in a different tier than the other two.
Yeah. I don't know what Jade's been up to while she's been pretending to be injured. I assume it's training.
Well, shit. I mean, check her Instagram. She's been with her hubby doing vacations and shit.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope she's got some training in there. Mm-hmm. The only other thing that happened on Raw worth talking about here was that Cody and Seth talked, and Seth wants Cody to not sell his soul because he wants the best Cody Rhodes when he challenges him at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
So, a little build up there. Speaking of great women's wrestling, over on NXT, Carmen Petrovic and Stephanie Vicaire tore the fucking house down to open that show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I expected here. Everyone knew Vicaire's good.
Yeah.
Carmen's always been on my radar for reasons, but I don't think I've ever actually seen her wrestle. This was great. Like one of the best NXT women's matches I don't want to say in a while, but like in a while that didn't involve Roxanne and a challenger.
Yeah, it kind of spiced it up, shook up the scene a bit.
Yeah, really, really good stuff. And then after the match, they started setting up the roadblock card on this event. And we have got Julia and Stephanie Vicaire for both NXT women's titles.
Yeah, winner takes all. I knew that was going to happen, man. And I'm kind of excited.
I didn't think it was going to happen this soon.
For real. What?
I said, do you unify them?
That's what they're doing.
Oh, they are? Okay, I thought they were holding both titles. I know they would unify them.
Your mic is so bad.
Yeah.
Is it really? What's going on tonight?
You tell me.
Tell us.
You tell us.
I don't know.
Tell the listeners when you figure it out.
I'm not doing anything different.
You got more poppy than the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view.
Yeah, it sounds like you're on plus half speed.
Yeah, that is weird.
Hold on.
Well,
no,
he's
we'll
doing that.
Keep talking.
From what I'd read, apparently the rumor is that one of them's hurt, and that's why they're doing this.
Which
one?
Like
Julia and Vicaire?
It seems like it might be Julia.
Yeah,
she's going to take some time off.
She was hurt prior too, though, right? Before she made the jump over.
Yeah, she had a neck injury.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not good.
Well, I think
like that.
the report was that she just has some bumps, but she'd be good for the match.
Yeah. I mean,
well, I don't think they're unifying the titles, but they will carry around both titles. Is what is happening there.
Yeah.
It'll be a good match.
Also, used to set up some more roadblock cards. Moose took on Lexus King in a match that the crowd insisted was good, but I watched it and it's fucking stunk.
I'm actually
On whose end though?
All of them.
Yeah,
On Kaz's mic's end.
that wasn't my mic.
Or Will's mic, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm looking at your name while complaining.
Is it still making weird noises?
Yes.
Yeah, it went back again.
What the fuck?
People will like this part of the show.
Yes.
Sorry, folks.
So yeah,
No,
Lexus
good.
King and Moose, two people who are wrestlers that exist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. After the match, Obafemi came out and challenged Moose and said he would defend the NXT championship against him. So that's booked on the show now for Roadblock, which is at Madison Square Garden in 2 weeks? But not the real Madison Square Garden, the little theater next to it.
I was about to ask. Yeah, it's not the main.
Yeah, not the good one. And then the Hardy Boys had a match where they beat up the team that Ren Sinclair is with. And they will be defending the TNA Tag Championships against Fraxium at Roadblock.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes me think that the Hardy Boys are winning, but I think they're going to lose to Fraxium.
So then they win it back at TakeOver. Or Stand and Deliver.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad idea because you can sell some tickets on that. Yeah.
You can do an Ultimate X match.
You're going to hate to hear this, B-Rob, but that Hardy Boys match was pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I wouldn't know because I'm not watching
it
it or planning on watching it.
They were wrestling like they wanted contracts.
I will be at Roadblock.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Could you slash their tires for me?
They're not driving. They got a train.
He took the train.
Yeah, they're just going to ride the subway.
Could
Anyway.
you slash their train tracks.
Before we go to break, I know B-Rob wants to tell everyone that Brian Keith had a good match on Dynamite.
It was good. Made me happy. I got to text him and congratulate him and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
The 30-second Brian Keith.
It also gave us a bumper for one of our future shows. So kind of thrilled about that.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I saw some of that. It went 30 minutes long, and it was like the Gunther and Tozawa match from Raw, except one was paced well and the other was 30 minutes. Like, why is Brian Keith having a 30-minute match with?
Because he's good.
Ospreay. But is he though? Because he hasn't been presented as a good.
Just because he's not presented as good at me, he's not good.
God,
you don't just get to start having good matches.
He's good.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, you have.
Tozawa's good. How come he didn't get 40 minutes against Gunther?
Because he's in a company that undervalues him.
Oh, and they fucking
bad apple.
Brian Keith. The first time he gets any TV time.
Hey, Tozawa's been there for a decade, damn near, and I mean Brian Keith just getting a start. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and Tozawa's a multi-time champion.
Yeah, he just started like a year or two ago.
I'm sorry, I don't think it makes sense for someone to be going 30 minutes against one of your top guys.
Hey man, we not booking shit. Let my man
look like
do
a
his
dork
work
every other day.
Hey,
as much as I like Brian Keith, I have to agree with Paul. You got to build that up.
I like Brian Keith too. He's very good.
This show is a shit show. Just let the man wrestle and be happy for him. You're trying to talk sense into a nonsense ass show. I know I talk
thought it
about
was
all
a
this
decent
shit.
show.
I know I talk about this make believe and all kind of other bullshit or whatever, but like they have no structure. And like I try to give all this bullshit a chance, but you can't because they keep fucking it up. And you saying that he sucked because he ain't booked properly. Well, this whole fucking show isn't booked properly.
I didn't say he sucks. I said he should not have gotten 30 minutes against one of their top best performers.
No.
Take it up with Will if you got an issue.
Nah.
Yeah,
see how that goes.
He's doing the Lord's work. Yeah, well, that's something totally different. But
hey, speaking of taking it up with people, let's take it up with our sponsors with a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to preview Elimination Chamber. And we're back talking about this weekend's Elimination Chamber premium live event coming to you live on Peacock. The show has 4 matches, folks.
And Travis Scott.
Travis Scott's going to be at the Chamber?
Yeah.
He's going to be in it.
Is he?
I don't know. They're advertising him for it.
I thought
I know he's going to be
I thought we
smoking
were getting
the
a
blunt.
Poppy appearance, if anything, because she did the theme song.
Do you think
So
that
this show, they have a couple things advertised. Let's get the weird stuff out of the way first. Tiffany
Traverse's
Stratton,
new wife?
Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus will be taking on Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. I watch SmackDown every week like a psycho. Tiffany Stratton is stupid, and she didn't used to be, which is really annoying because ever since she won this title, which was done in a allegedly clever and smart way, she's been getting rocked left and right.
She's a babyface now.
Yeah.
They
They
she
lose
gets
all
completely
their ass.
she gets completely played by Nia every week, and Charlotte on top of that. And fuck, this week on SmackDown, she had a match. I think it was against, was it Nia or Candice?
It was Candice.
Yeah.
It was against one of them. Charlotte was on commentary doing some of the worst commentary you'll ever hear. She's so fucking bad at commentary.
Big divorce energy.
Yeah, she'll say like one line and she doesn't even want to be there. And after this, like Nia beats up Tiffany, and then Charlotte gets there, and then Trish runs down and gets beat up too. And then they beat up Tiffany some more, and then Charlotte stands over her like she did all the work. I'm like, this girl has to win at WrestleMania. Like, cannot stress this enough. She has to fucking win.
And there's no
Which means
chance
she
she's
won't.
winning. No.
We've done this every year. Every time Charlotte challenges for a title at Mania, the other person has to win, and it never happens. It took Rhea Ripley a fucking year to recover. So hopefully Tiffany has, the drive to get out from under that Charlotte loss. But also Trish is just friends with her for some reason. They haven't really explained that.
They're both blonde.
They have the same initials.
They're both hot.
That helps, I guess.
They're the Hollywood blondes.
Hot girls got to stick together. But this gets Trish on the show in Toronto, which is neat. They haven't seen her wrestle since the last time they went to Toronto, probably.
Was that when John Cena? Oh, I thought when John Cena had that boner, but no, that was SummerSlam with Charlotte, probably.
Trish Stratus did a whole fucking year with the company like a year ago.
Well, I don't remember anything that was in Canada, though.
Some of it had to have been. Speaking of Canadians, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens will have a sanctioned, unsanctioned match, which will probably steal the fucking show.
Kevin Owens is getting punted by Randy Orton in this match.
Okay, that sounds cool.
Will,
that sets up
you
Sammy and Karrion Kross for Mania.
Yeah, Will, you would have an opinion about this. Will this be better or worse than Ladder War?
What the fuck kind of question is that?
Well,
I think you offended him.
Yeah, how good of a match is it going to be?
Ladder War is one of my favorite matches of all time.
I figured.
I was there for that. Of course it's going to be.
Were you really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Will it be better than the Ambia Tower incident?
Or you could. Oh, we'll talk about that in a second. I mean, you could compare it to the original unsanctioned match that also booked by Adam Pearce when he was the booker for Ring of Honor. But that was such a bloody, violent mess. Nothing's ever, unless both of these guys are bleeding out their fucking minds and taking chair shots to the heads, they're not comparing.
I think we're getting blood in this match for sure.
We might get blood, but I don't think they're getting that kind of blood.
Probably not.
Anal
I feel like I
bleeding.
have memory of that match that you're talking about. I'm 90% sure I've seen it. I don't think we will be getting that. But I bet it's a great one. Also on the card, the Elimination Chambers. The first one being Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Naomi, and Roxanne Perez. Winner will challenge Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania.
in the most whacked out way, I want Roxanne to win.
Me too.
I kind of do. Yeah, I kind of do too.
Might as well. You gave her the Iron Woman of the Rumble, so it's like you already established her as a threat.
The only thing I don't like about that is that makes like every year somehow the final two always end up in the title matches of the Rumble. I don't know if that should happen. I think we can do Bianca here. I think you got a month to build Bianca back up.
They've been teasing that for years, and they still hadn't pulled the trigger on it. So it'd be about to get it over with.
I figured they'd start the Jade stuff now.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we don't know which side of the coin they're going to be on.
When Jade has her Jesus Loves Christ or whatever shirt on, and she's back, like, it was you. And it's like, you're damn right it was.
I hope they unscramble that footage just like when they did in 2002.
But yeah, I think this is the way you get Bianca away from all that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else you do. Like, it's not going to be Bailey. It can't be Bailey.
No, she's.
I don't think it's going to be Alexa. Though maybe that Rumble pop made them think otherwise.
No, she's going to be the Wyatts.
My fucking Alexa speaker.
Speaking of which, did you see? This is very off topic. That the rumor for Universal Halloween Horror Nights that the Wyatt Six are going to get some sort of representation.
We talked about that.
We did. Okay.
What is that?
Every year they do like at Universal Studios. They do like they get extra creepy for spooky season and whatnot for October, and they're gonna have like some Wyatt themed
that's cool. They'll finally have some work to do after they get let go in a few months. They'll get to go work at a haunted house. Good for them. Enjoy your spooky. Maybe Alexa will come visit you with her husband. She loves theme parks. Also on the show, I assume probably the main event. Well, I guess, hang on. I left out the part where Cody Rhodes will answer The Rock at this show.
Got to pay for this one.
I assume that whatever they do is going to be a bait and switch. Or how can we drag this out until Mania decision?
They'll be like, I'm going to say it on Raw.
What was
Cody? I think it's going to be like maybe Cody attacks The Rock or whatever, and that's all part of their plan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, I don't know what happens there. I assume that's what is not closing the show, but I guess it could.
It could.
Well, it might close the show if he talk long enough.
Yeah. I figure what does close the show, though, will be John Cena against CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Damian Priest, and Seth Rollins in an Elimination Chamber match.
Big polar bear in North Arlington energy from Damian Priest in this match.
Huh?
What?
You never seen that meme?
Oh God, don't do that.
Again.
We got to get through the show first. Then you can show us memes.
I mean, Cena makes the most sense, right?
I think Cena makes all of the sense here.
I mean, other than Punk, yeah.
I mean, I'd be fine with Punk versus Cody, but Cena's the much more interesting. We can get to Punk. Cena's the one that's the Mania match.
And then we can see how humbled Punk has become, whether he wins or loses this match. Because, I mean, that was always the gripe from the beginning of time, right? I want a main event WrestleMania. And this is his opportunity.
Punk does not give a shit, dude. I can assure you this dude does not care anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, you would see the humility if he lost.
And when he worked
or whatever. He's like, all right.
Logan Paul Mania.
Oh, my God.
There it goes again.
It was good for so long.
I do wonder.
Again? Yes.
Yeah, you're bad. I do wonder if Punk is working Logan Paul at Mania, because he did set up that promo on Raw this week.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think we're doing Punk, Rollins, and Roman in a triple threat.
I don't know.
And the only reason they haven't really been building to that is because Roman's not around.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't even know if, honestly, I don't think Rollins and Roman's a Mania match because we've seen it 1 billion times.
Yeah. And I almost thought, like, since the beginning of the chamber setup, I thought Roman was going to at least be in the chamber. But
no, they didn't want to take a
we'll
loss.
Assume Roman working.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense for him because it's a multi-man match. He can just like stay in the pod all the way till the end and then, flail around and then, either or. I just thought
to get dressed,
I'm just saying, it's just like these are the main players of the show, and it would make sense to just pop them all in there.
Who would pin Roman in this match?
Logan Paul.
It has to be Cena.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have to be Seth or Punk to get to that Mania match.
Yeah.
But Roman's not in the match, so it doesn't matter. Do we remember the favor? Does that come back up?
Oh yeah.
Forgot about that.
Because they teased all that stuff after the Rumble.
His favor was in the lockbox that Shane had for Vince.
I don't think it was forgotten. It's just Roman's not there, so nothing's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, are we pumped for this show? I'm kind of excited for it.
Oh yeah.
It should be good.
It should be fun.
Yeah, it's a whole different evolution of the chamber and whatnot. And I know we talked about it again, but like now that we have Kaz and Will here to weigh in on it or whatever, do you feel like as far as the Elimination Chamber goes, it should be kind of done with what they are doing now with the Hell in a Cell? It should be like a earned thing, or just like used sparsely? It shouldn't have its like own premium live event.
I don't. Well, how do you? So that's very complicated. Like, how do you earn 6 guys feuding at once to make an Elimination Chamber happen?
You could do it.
That seems so convoluted.
I mean, all these people have been feuding anyway.
Well, no, these are all separate feuds, and then they got put into the chamber. I mean, it's more or less like a Rumble or the Money in the Bank, where it's like, all right, we're going to throw you guys into this yearly match to qualify for the main event, Mania match.
Yeah, because like the thing I'm thinking of is that 6-man clusterfuck Hell in a Cell, where it was just kind of thrown together, and it just didn't seem like it had a good build.
Rikishi got thrown onto a bed of hay.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that. That was cool.
Yeah, it was
that should be in 2K.
It should be.
It might be.
Do they have everybody for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, technically. Yeah.
They got the whole Samoan tree.
Was Bulldog in that
whole
match?
No.
I can't remember.
It was like Stars and Rikishi.
I wish it was Bulldog. Bulldog in the jeans.
Wasn't it like Undertaker, Rock, Austin, Triple H,
Kurt Angle,
and Rikishi?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this was after Did It for The Rock, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So much margin for error on that hay drop that you was talking about. Like, if he would have just went up a little bit, he would have smashed all on the back of the end of that truck.
Well, this is at a time where they didn't really care about people falling to their deaths in wrestling. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
come a long way since then. And
And if that
guy
if-
he's not around anymore.
If that had happened, no bloodline.
oh yeah, because they all rested in Rikishi balls.
Or his
Well,
ass.
hang on. Were they not born yet?
They probably
I don't
were,
know.
but like,
What is? Yeah, they would have been.
but
Do you
like,
think this-
talk
do you
about
think
the
this-
rest of them, though.
he stores all of his children inside of his ass.
Yes.
Mhm. Just like you.
What?
They're the real ass boys. So, what else is there to say?
We didn't get all of it.
Hey, that's my line.
Sorry.
Well, thanks for filling in for our hosts that decided to just not be here on the day we record every single week.
Yeah, we're in Japan time.
But yeah, thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Do I have to do my bit?
Yes.
Better hurry.
If it's your birthday, happy birthday.
You've been listening to a Fatal 4 podcast. Subscribe today wherever you get your podcasts and visit fatal4pod.com for more episodes, merchandise, and info on the Patreon.